Me, Tetros cuts in over their shoulders. Agatha's right. What if King TPS know who I am? What if he sees us as enemies? What if we came to the one ruler who wants me and my friends dead even more than Ryan? Then we're dead either way, said Robin grimly. In the meantime, stand in the back, the sheriff grunted at Tetros. Agatha's stomach lurched. The goat from in front of her suddenly loomed larger. Here they were, preoccupied with their family reunion, when they willingly shielded themselves in a stranger's palace. A stranger who surely hated Tetros enough to kill him on sight. Her unease about this place exploded into panic. This was an ambush. She could feel it. They needed to get out of here now. Before she could move, the Glom's trumpet blared again. Presenting the Honorable, Exorable, Crown Royal Vengeance, Tepia. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Agatha saw it. A shadow slinking from the back of the room towards the front, slowly, smoothly, like it was floating on air. Agatha recoiled, doom impaling her heart. The shadow drew closer, closer. King Tepian came into the light, refueling himself. Sophie dropped her milk. Tetros toppled backwards. All eyes in the room shot to Agatha. She couldn't breathe. There was no way. No possible way. Because the leader of the Gloms, their sole chance for survival, the only hope for help in all these woods, just happened to be her cat. Tetros, the ultimate mission. Tetros lifted his head blurrily, quite sure he had imagined the whole thing. He hadn't. Weeper sat on the cleared room. His bald, shivered skin looking especially sickly beneath his crooked crown, his one good eye glowing at the prince, while Agatha looked stupefied, her mouth agape. Two more Glomgas, wilding scimitars, emerged from the darkness behind the throne and flanked the cat from both sides, while the Glom with the trumpets manned the door. On the head of the throne, the carved letters CRRTP rearranged to Weeper Cats. Tetros shrugged. Weeper sat on his hind legs and meowed loudly into the silence. Princess Uma stepped forward from her place amongst the first years. Yes, Your Highness? Weeper meowed again. Princess Uma approached the throne. Agatha's cat whispered to her. Uma nodded and handed a glowing fingertip to his throat. This is impossible, said Agatha, blinking like a fool. There has to be some mistake. No mistake, said her cat with a firm, deep voice. You just haven't been paying attention. Agatha walked back on her heels. You talk? I find man's language a limited and ugly one, but thanks to Uma's spell, I can communicate with the purpose of our meeting, said Weeper, before turning his bold yellow eyes on Tetros. And you are lucky I haven't spoken before today, given you have kicked me, called me Satan, and thrown me in the toilet, even though I've been a good friend to you when you have needed it. He looked at Agatha. Both of you. Agatha shook her head. But But you're my cat. Your mother's cat, said Weeper. Which should have been your first clue that I'm a cat of the woods, not woods beyond. As for my place here, Gloms believe that to be ruled by one of their own is to invite greed, self-interest, and corruption. If a Glom ruled Glomland, it would be just as broken as your human kingdoms. Since the beginning, then, Gloms have looked outside their kind for a king, a leader who could understand their way of life without abusing his power over it. The answer was obvious. Cats and Gloms are the same, as once friends to humans and indifferent to them. And yet, cats are also solitary creatures, content with a bowl of milk and a warm bed. A cat king, then, would do what was best for the Gloms, while keeping apart and letting them live their lives. This is insane, Agatha barked, finding her voice. You lived with me, in my house. And I was there, Tetros taunted, stepping next to his princess. I spent weeks with you in that graveyard. This doesn't make sense. I've been king of Glomland for 5 years, and in those 5 years, I came and went from your side as I pleased, Weeper told Agatha. I was with the Gloms when they needed me, just as I was with you when you needed me, with neither of you aware that I was living 2 lives. If I were a dog, you might have noticed my absences, since dogs are needy, odious beasts. But cats, we slip in and out of your life like old memories. A Glom guard brought Weeper a goblet of spice-dusted cream, which he lapped at before the Glom took it away. Agatha went quiet, her face changing. This is real. Tetros realized it. The cat is king. My father was ruler of Glomland before me. He, my mother, and my 3 brothers were beautiful, majestic black cats. I, on the other hand, was born like this, Weeper explained, nodding down his scrawly, hairless flame. My father was ashamed and had me exiled deep into the woods, a defenseless kitten, where Callis found me and made me her pet. He smiled fondly at Agatha. Sound familiar?